a result of the activity with those beads, the coin and the die, we can formulate a few rules for adding integers. What we were basically doing was we were adding integers together. So one of the rules can be that when a positive integer is added to another positive integer, I'm just writing it as positive and positive, you get another positive integer. So the illustration was somewhat like this. 3 positive plus 2 positive will give you, do I have 5 left? Yes, there is 5 left. 5 positives, okay? So that's one way of visualizing this and one rule for doing this. Now, another rule which can be made in a similar way is I can add up negative integers also. When I add up one negative integer with another negative integer, what will I get?
Negative.
A negative integer.
So I am going to get another negative integer. So I can do the same thing again. Let's say I take 4 negatives and then 3 negatives over here. So I take like that. So what will my answer be?
Negative 7.
7. Because if I put these two together, I get 7. Right? And of course, this can also be written like this: -4 plus -3. So you can put it like that. So this is a negative integer, this is a negative integer, I'm adding them together. Then we know the answer is -7. Okay, so this is another rule for adding integers. You don't look at it as a rule, but from the examples, we can see that this is what happens. And then there is a third one which is interesting.
Positive plus negative.
Beg your pardon?
Positive plus negative.
Yes, so you can do a positive integer plus a negative integer, and
Sir, if positive number is higher, it
ये
is.
देखो आम छोटा हो गया. Okay, so here it's a little bit. There are two possibilities, correct? In fact, you can say that there are three possibilities. The first possibility, there are three possibilities, okay? So the first possibility, of course, is what happened for the first 3 times when we did the activity today. We got what?
So we can get a positive number, we can get a negative number, or we could get a 0.
Exactly. So there are 3 possibilities. So how does all 3 possibilities work out? This way.
Sir, if the positive number is bigger than the negative number, you will get a positive.
Yeah, but first I'm saying if the positive and the negative are equal, okay?
You get 0.
Yeah, then you get a 0. So the first example is 5 positives plus 5 negatives, okay? And what happens is the way we did it, right? So there we paired it. So when we pair everything, nothing is left. So the answer is 0. It's neither positive nor negative, it's neutral. Now let's look at another possibility, because now what can happen is that the positive can be bigger than the negative. Okay, so that is also possible. So I can write it as, let us say that positive 7 I can take and add it to negative 2.
So it equals to
Okay, you like
positive.
3? Okay, you like 3, I'll put 3. No
The
problem.
positive 4.
Okay, so then although the answer may be obvious to many of you, so I take 3 and 4, I get 7 positives. Maybe I show it a little bit higher so that you can see that 7 positives and 5 negatives. Okay, am I right?
So positive 4. Positive 4.
Is the count correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
You got 5 instead of 3. So you put 5.
I put 5. See, good. You should be watching carefully. I make dumb mistakes like that. Okay, now I'm going to pair them.
Positive 4.
Sir, because you're dumb.
People don't have to be dumb to make dumb mistakes.
Sir, I'm just joking.
Huh?
So why they don't have to be dumb to make dumb mistakes?
Who is that speaking?
Panav.
Okay, I will explain to you Panav with an example later.
Okay, sir. So what example?
That you will see, no? So the answer now is plus 4. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm changing the sign over here since I said cos neg, so I put it as cos 4. Okay, so this is one way where the positive number is greater than the negative number. So what is the last possibility that is left?
Positive number is smaller than the negative number. And negative number
Negative is bigger than pos.
Yeah, where
Neg
the
is bigger than
negative is
pos.
bigger than pos. So let us work out. So let us say that the pos is, what do you want? 1, 2, 3,
4.
4.
2,
Okay.
2 or 3.
You add that to
Negative 2. I mean negative 6.
6. Yeah.
So next,
6 is okay. Keep it as 6. Okay.
so next negative 2.
So now how do you visualize it? So you take positive 4 and you take negative 6. Okay. Pair them out.
Plus, minus,
And what do you have left?
1, 2, minus 2.
Minus 2.
Yeah.
Or next.
So if you have to,
Neg 2.
so you see that is interesting. If you have more negatives than positive, obviously you are going to end up with a negative. If you have more positives than negative, you are going to end up with a positive. And if you have equal of negative, positive and negative,
0.
you end up with 0. So these are the 3 different broad possibilities, and in the third possibility also there are 3 possibilities. I hope that is absolutely clear. So now just to complete this, I can also write this of course as plus 7 plus minus 3 is equal to plus 4, and here I can write it as plus 4 plus minus 6.
So why do
is
we
equal to
put
minus 2.
brackets? So why do we put brackets?
Because just to, you mean these brackets, right? The inner ones.
Yeah.
I put it because the plus minus should not appear. So let us say I don't put the bracket. Okay, so I put plus 4 plus minus 6 is equal to. So what happens is now, unless you are clear about it, you may think that this plus represents a 1 over here, say for example, or then you start thinking, what do I do when there is a plus and a minus right after each other? So actually this minus is showing the sign of this number, this positive is the sign of this number, but this one is the operator. Do you get it?
Oh.
So you should not get confused between the sign of the number and the operator. So that is why you can put a bracket for the whole thing, or sometimes people even put brackets around these.
Sir, if you think if you don't keep brackets, you may think it's an algebraic equation.
You might think it's an algebraic equation if you know algebra already.